Hey there, Am Panda with another video. Are you a big fan of the Game Gear? You know, this beautiful, lovely piece of mobile equipment. I'm a huge fan of it. I love Sega Game Gears. In fact, this is the thing that I've been collecting because of the fact that I love old Game Gears. I love that they work. I also love the ones that are like this with the LCD modded version so that you can actually see these clearly. The other thing I was super excited about, which many folks may or may not have enjoyed or thought that was really kind of a great thing, more like a joke or less, are these micro Game Gear that are being sold specifically in Japan. Believe it or not, these run about 39 to 45 USD, but you know, and go ahead and translate that to yen. And they come in all of these different small micro size, and there's 4 variations of all the 4 different regions that they're being released. So you've got the baby blue Japanese version, and of course each one of these actually comes with 4 games included, and you can only get them in Japan. They have only released them there. They actually haven't released them in the US, and I don't think they plan to. There's also the red version and the normal gray version, which is included here with all these different games. Now the regular version comes with Puyo Puyo, Sonic the Hedgehog, Outrun, and also the Royal Stone, which is this one here that's got all those different ones. The baby blue version has Sonic and Tails with Gunstar Hero, Story Tale, and not sure of the other one there. The red version is all Last Bible 2, the GG, and Columns, which is Columns is actually one of my favorite little puzzles. And then we also have the yellow version, which I know is another Japan-specific color. This one has Shining Force, let's see, Final Conflict, and Shining Force 2, and it looks like there's a cooking type of game as well. Let's go ahead and look at this kind of more in a different alternative video camera angle as I open up and take a look at these as we look at them closely. Now the nice thing too that I did get, because of the fact I was able to get these all at once, they come with this limited edition with the Big Window Micro, which if you've had a Game Gear back in the day, you know exactly what magnifying glass attachment this is, and they actually made one for the Micro as well. I'm not gonna lie to you, these are pretty tiny, but let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, as you can see here, we've got the box here. We're just gonna go ahead and take this out. Now all of them come included with instructions like this. This is just a Japanese instruction manual. Definitely no English translations, so that's included there. So these will be going nicely into the box. Then the other thing is actually going to be the unit itself, and yes, it is this small. The nice thing and interesting part about it is the dimensions of everything as far as the size is perfectly clear. It requires in the back 2 AAAs that you can include there, but also if you just don't want to use the AAAs, there's even a port. It looks like a micro USB micro USB, a headphone jack, and also the power switch, not kidding, and a volume bar at the top. And as you can see, the buttons and the D-pad is a little oversized, as well as the start button, because I mean obviously if you look at the dimensions of, you know, your regular one, obviously the buttons are not like they're normal size, but they're obviously not oversized big like it is on this mini unit. But it has to be that way because that's how you're going to play it. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on, take a look, takes a minute, and it says Game Gear on there with a nice close-up shot. Game Gear Micro with all the colors. It looks very, very tiny, but obviously this is very, very small. But the interesting part is they've made it actually usable. I mean, there are smaller things that exist that people have with these that actually play tons of different games. So this is not out of the ordinary, and this is actually something very normal to, I'm sure, that side of the world. And that's why this is really cool. It carries, like I said, 4 games in each of these, so you can actually play all 4 games. The nice thing too is if you look through the menu, they do add some easy versions of some of the games that might be a little difficult. I don't really know what it is entirely, but there's also a settings menu that does a bunch of different things. Unfortunately, I can't find anything to do with language, so it's all in Japanese. However, the interesting part is if you go to the games themselves, even though they are Japanese in description, the actual games that are shown here are in English, and the D-pad is responsive. The the buttons here for the A, B buttons and start buttons work really well, very responsive. So despite I know people saying that this is a joke, and some people that are really not super big fans of this, I understand their frustration. But to me, this is wonderful. This is definitely something of a collector's item for me, and actually probably something I may play around with because I love these little things. But I do have a bigger Game Gear with LCD screen that has it on there, so pretty fantastic little item. I also, like I said, I've got the little big window micro, which if we open this guy up, let's take a look. And wow, it's it is the window micro, and it's got attachments included with it so that you can actually put this on top of whatever Game Gear that you have. The interesting thing is too that even for these that they've done for Game Gears is by putting the actual like plastic piece that's a sticker that actually covers for that. So that's actually really big in Japan and pretty popular. Anyway, so this is a nice little hands-on review. Now, I would say this, if you're a collector of Game Gear stuff, you probably want to get this. The other thing that's a collector's thing that you can find, and I'm going to be looking at this more, so I may order it and see if I can find it, is they do have a 5th one of these, and that is actually the Smoke Black version, which is kind of more of a see-through black cover of the Game Gear, which looks really, really cool. So I'm going to see if I can get my hands on that, and then I'll do a follow-up review on this. But I'm very impressed. I'm very happy. $40+ for these are a little steep for some folks, but honestly for me, because I collect Game Gear things and I'm a big Sega fan, I think it works great for me. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope you like the, kind of the video and the close-up on these, and feel free to ask any questions or comments down below, and I'll include all the information in the description so you can get your hands on these if you're interested. So I'll catch you next video. Thank you.